Welcome to Luxury Time, where we open a window into the past and relive the golden days that made America shine. Close your eyes for a moment. Can you hear the crackle of a vinyl record spinning in the living room? Can you smell the Sunday roast or picture the milkman waving from his truck? This was everyday America, 60 years ago. Today on Luxury Time, we're stepping back into the 1960s and 70s to rediscover the forgotten things that once made life simple, human, and unforgettable. If you grew up in the 60s or 70s, you didn't need a smartphone to fill the silence. The soundtrack of home was already playing. The click-clack of a typewriter, the ding of a kitchen timer, and the static hum of a tube television warming up. Radios weren't just gadgets, they were family companions. Big wooden consoles with glowing dials pulling in voices from hundreds of miles away. Families tuned in together, waiting for their favorite DJ to spin a Beatles or Beach Boys track. Some homes still had record players stacked with 45 RPM singles. You'd drop the needle, hear that hiss, and the whole room would come alive. No playlists, no shuffle, just patience, a steady hand, and a whole lot of heart. And who could forget the rotary phone? That satisfying whir as you dialed each number, one mistake, and you'd start again. Kids today will never know the tiny thrill of waiting for that final click before someone picked up. Every American kitchen had its stars. The percolator bubbling coffee on the stove, the toaster that shot bread like a rocket, and those colorful Pyrex bowls Mom swore would outlast us all. There was no DoorDash, no microwave hum in the background. Breakfast took time. Scrambled eggs on the skillet, freshly squeezed orange juice, and a bowl of Sugar Smacks or cornflakes to start the day. The milkman was still part of the rhythm of life. Glass bottles clinking on the porch at dawn. Cold, fresh, simple. It was the sound of trust and routine. Nobody worried about porch pirates or expiration dates. And those TV trays, little folding metal stands that made dinner in front of Bonanza or the Brady Bunch feel like luxury. It was the future, one aluminum tray at a time. No GPS, no voice saying, recalculating. Just a Rand McNally Road Atlas, a full tank of gas, and a sense of direction. Cars had personality, chrome bumpers, bench seats, and the sweet smell of vinyl baking in the sun. Dad might drive a '69 Chevy Impala, Mom a VW Bug, both built to last and loved to drive. Kids fought for the window seat, arms stretched into the wind, and no one cared about seatbelts or Bluetooth. The open road was freedom, AM radio crackling, maps unfolding, and a world waiting beyond the next diner. Gas was 30 cents a gallon, and service stations still lived up to their name. Uniformed attendants cleaned your windshield, checked your oil, and waved you off with a smile. At night, the world turned neon. Diners glowing pink and blue, motels buzzing with vacancy signs, and jukeboxes humming with Elvis, Aretha, or The Doors before streaming. Before cable, before 1,000 channels. There were just three: ABC, NBC, and CBS. And still, the whole country had something to watch. Saturday nights meant the Carol Burnett Show or the Ed Sullivan Show. And if Elvis or the Beatles were on, you could hear cheers echoing from every house on the block. Televisions weren't slim screens. They were furniture, wooden cabinets with rabbit ear antennas wrapped in tin foil. And kids, we were the remotes. Hey, change the channel. No, not that one. Commercials weren't just ads. They were jingles we still hum today. Plop plop, fizz fizz, you know the rest. Even the ads had charm, optimism, and humor, mirroring a time when America truly believed that tomorrow was going to be better than today. If this trip down memory lane is bringing back your own stories, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to Luxury Time. We're keeping the golden years alive, one memory at a time. And hey, drop a comment below. What's one everyday thing from your childhood you wish still existed? The 60s and 70s weren't just decades. They were style revolutions fashion didn't whisper. It shouted. In the 60s, everything was bold, colorful, and alive. There were bell-bottoms swinging to the Beatles, go-go boots tapping on dance floors, and miniskirts that made history, and headlines. Men had sideburns that could hide a secret and shirts louder than jukeboxes. Patterns clashed proudly, paisley, stripes, floral. The wilder, the better. You'd see a sea of orange, mustard yellow, avocado green, colors that only the 70s could love. And then came leisure suits, the ultimate badge of cool. Polyester, wide collars, gold chains. You weren't ready for a Saturday night without one. Teenagers carried mood rings, wore peace sign necklaces, and tied bandanas like rebels with a cause. Even the hair had attitude. From beehives to shag cuts, to perms that defied gravity and common sense. Fashion wasn't about brands back then. It was about being seen. Every outfit had a story. Every look had personality. You didn't scroll for style inspiration. You lived it before video games and iPads. Toys didn't need charging, just imagination. The Etch-A-Sketch was our drawing tablet. The Slinky was our physics teacher. And Lincoln Logs built more dreams than Minecraft ever could. Saturday mornings meant cereal and cartoons. Bugs Bunny, Scooby-Doo, and the Flintstones, followed by hours outside, chasing each other with cap guns or racing Hot Wheels on orange tracks. Remember easy bake ovens? Tiny cakes made with a light bulb, and yet, somehow, they tasted like childhood itself. And board games. Oh, the battles fought over Monopoly, the betrayals of Clue, the giggles over Operation. If someone flipped the board, you knew the night was over. There were no screen time limits because the screen wasn't calling. The outdoors was jump ropes, hula hoops, roller skates with metal wheels that rattled like thunder, and toys had weight, solid, made of metal, wood, and imagination. You didn't throw them away, you passed them down. A trip to the grocery store in the 1960s wasn't an errand. It was an event. You'd grab a shopping cart that squeaked louder than the radio overhead and walk down aisles full of color and hope. There were TV dinners in shiny foil trays, Salisbury steak, mashed potatoes, and apple crumble. It felt futuristic, eating dinner from the oven in 20 minutes flat. Cereal boxes had prizes hidden inside, a plastic ring, a secret decoder, or a tiny toy car. You'd pour half the box out just to find it first in the packaging. Bright reds, blues, and yellows, mascots with smiles that never faded. Every product promised a better life. New and improved meant something back then. Then came the gadgets, the electric can opener, the blender that sounded like a jet, and the color TV that turned every living room into a tiny theater. Even cleaning had style. Hoover vacuums, Formica counters, and Tupperware parties where neighbors laughed over matching lids. It wasn't just about stuff, it was about community. Every new gadget was shared, admired, talked about, because it meant progress, pride, and a touch of magic. Before smartphones connected us, neighborhoods did summer evenings meant kids playing outside until the streetlights came on, and parents chatting on front porches, waving to passing cars. Everyone knew everyone, and every door was half open. There were block parties, potluck dinners, and yard sales where stories were traded as easily as homemade pies. You didn't need social media to know the news. You just asked your neighbor over the fence. Sundays meant church bells, picnics, or a drive to grandma's. Weekdays meant paperboys on bicycles, milk trucks on schedule, and TV news at 6, because that's when the world stopped to listen. Even teenagers found connection at the roller rink, the drive-in theater, or the local diner, where the jukebox never stopped and neither did the laughter. Today, we talk about going viral. Back then, the only thing that went viral was kindness. One smile, one handshake, one borrowed cup of sugar at a time. You're watching Luxury Time, where we keep the past alive, one memory at a time. If you're feeling that warm nostalgia, don't forget to subscribe and share this journey with someone who lived it too, because every memory deserves to be remembered. Music in the 60s and 70s wasn't background noise. It was the soundtrack of a nation. You could hear the world changing through a transistor radio, from Elvis shaking the world in the 50s to the Beatles taking over in the 60s, and then the soul, disco, and rock explosion of the 70s. Every song told a story of who we were and who we wanted to be. Teenagers carried vinyl records like treasures. You'd save up your allowance, walk to the record store, flip through rows of album covers, each one a work of art, each song a time capsule. There was something sacred about placing that record down, lowering the needle and waiting for that first crackle. No shuffle, no skip, just a promise that for the next 40 minutes, you were somewhere else. And TV, oh, it was pure magic. The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson, MASH, all in the family. Families gathered on couches with popcorn, laughing, crying, debating, together. It wasn't about pixels, it was about presence. America was dreaming big, and you could feel it in every note, every show, every laugh track. Shh, it's okay, I'm here. Nothing will hurt you. Families in the 60s and 70s had a rhythm all their own. Mom at the stove, dad reading the paper, kids sprawled on the carpet. It was more than routine, it was harmony. The family dinner was sacred. No phones, no distractions. Just conversation, laughter, and sometimes a little chaos. You'd pass the mashed potatoes, share your day, and argue about nothing that really mattered. Love wasn't defined by posts or pictures. It was handwritten letters, mixtapes, and weekend dances. If you liked someone, you called them and prayed their dad didn't answer. First weddings were simple. Anniversaries were celebrated quietly, with sincerity, not spectacle. People stayed together because love was work and nobody expected it to be easy, just worth it. Neighbors were like family too. If your car broke down, someone helped push it. If you were sick, someone brought soup. There was connection, real, tangible, human. And maybe that's what we've lost most today. Not the gadgets or the fashion, but the feeling that we were never truly alone. Soft piano swells, gentle, emotional. Chapter 12, the lasting legacy of the forgotten years, voice. The 60s and 70s have faded into photographs and memories, but their spirit still lives in us. Every time you choose conversation over scrolling, every time you take a walk without headphones, every time you fix something instead of replacing it, you're keeping that era alive. Those decades weren't perfect. They had struggles, fears, and growing pains, but they also had heart. They taught us resilience, respect, and rhythm. They reminded us that happiness didn't come from what we owned, but from who we shared it with. If you close your eyes, you can still hear it. The sound of a record spinning, the laughter of friends on a summer night, the echo of a simpler time. The world may have changed, but the memories, they're waiting for us every time we press play on Luxury Time. You've just taken a beautiful trip through the forgotten everyday treasures of the 60s and 70s. Right here on Luxury Time. If this brought back a smile, a memory, or just a warm feeling in your heart, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Let's keep reliving the best years, one story at a time. Share this video with someone who remembers, and together, let's make sure those golden moments never fade.